Hi, my name is Tyler Patching. I'm a co-founder and CEO of the Journey Wilderness Program. In this video today, I'd like to share with you a little bit more about who I am and what it is that the Journey Wilderness does just a little bit differently than other wilderness programs. As for myself, my dad took me into the wilderness. He was a scoutmaster, I was a scout, and so were my brothers. He taught us to enjoy being in wild places. And that joy led me to fields that allowed me to work in the wilderness. Being a fly fishing guide, being a backcountry snowmobile guide, these were all things that I was able to engage in as a young man and build my wilderness background. In the off season, I would work with troubled teens, and this was a uniquely challenging proposition for me. These kids were difficult. They were from all kinds of backgrounds, but they were fun, and they were just a joy to work with. Even in the difficult moments, there was still so much reward working with those kids that I feel lucky to have found a way to combine the two worlds, a wilderness with kids, and being able to share with them what happens in the wilderness and how that can improve their prospects in life and improve and change the direction that they're going. Um, in doing that, I wanted to increase the knowledge that I had with the wilderness. I wanted a more solid foundation on what it is that we do in the wilderness, and so it pushed me to literature, to books. And what I found was that there was a large volume of authors that were around as much as 140 years ago that were doing the same thing. And they weren't only doing it with themselves, they were actually doing it with teens as well. And it was such a surprise to me to see that there were so much literature written on there. It seems like it's almost forgotten. I had never seen anything like this, and was profoundly affected by the writings of George Washington Sears, Ornez Mook, and Thomas Seton, and Daniel Beard, and the writings of Lewis and Clark. And all these men left behind volumes of information about how to more thoroughly appreciate and perfect the art of camping and being outdoors. And in so doing, they coined a phrase, and the phrase that they use is woodcraft. And that is being able to be in the outdoors with very limited equipment and be able to enjoy yourself. The more you know, the less you carry is some of their mottos. Their literature is a legacy to us, and it gives us a unique opportunity to share it um, with with our students that I'm sure have no idea that it exists. And so this is the unique angle that the Journey Wilderness is taking. I'd like to elaborate a little bit on this notion of woodcraft and what it really means, what it's all about, why the Journey has embraced it. Um, Woodcraft for me is being able to utilize your environment in a way that's advantageous for you while keeping in harmony with it. Making things that help you in the wilderness is a key component to not just being able to survive, but to be able to thrive in an environment that might be otherwise pretty inhospitable. So it really places the emphasis on knowledge and ingenuity and creativity. And I think those are the key elements of woodcraft that I think help the students at the Journey Wilderness to take what they've learned in woodcraft when they go home, to be able to look around them in their environment, to utilize the resources that they have at their ability, and not take for granted those things that they have. To be able to think about the resources that they have in a unique way, to be able to utilize them to their advantage, is, I think, the underlying principle of why the Journey has embraced the woodcraft philosophy. Traditional wilderness skills are still involved in the wilderness in our program. We still do hand drills and bow drills and teach all the basics when it comes to wilderness skills. It's just woodcraft takes it to that next level where you can really be in the outdoors and really be in a more comfortable situation than you might have been had you not had those skills. So really placing the emphasis on knowledge and skills, and de-emphasizing gadgets and electronics and things that are nowadays commonplace in the wilderness. So that's the idea behind getting kids into woodcraft and helping them utilize what they have around them. I'd like to talk about two other aspects of the Journey Wilderness program that I feel are unique and different. The first is acknowledging that every kid that's with us is learning from day one. And we have created a curriculum that allows them to receive credit for the learning that they're doing. A minimum of 3.25 credits can be earned by every client, and a maximum of 4.5 credits can be earned. This curriculum allows them to learn in three different sectors. One is in the skills sector, the second is in the academic realm, and the third is in the therapeutic realm. All three combined allow them to leverage the full power of the wilderness to their advantage and receive the credit that they deserve, which allows them not to fall behind in high school, which is our big concern. The other component is the therapeutic sophistication of the program. Each kid receives a psychological evaluation at the beginning of the program. This allows us to have a thorough roadmap and direction for the therapeutic component of each kid's needs. It allows us to expedite and to hone in on the therapeutic presenting problems of each individual client, and that is of great value to both the kid, the therapist, and the parents. This is unique in the field, and we feel that it's a necessary component to allow us to better understand each student that we work with.